y'all see how bad this guy looks? And here I am, headed to the gym. Pray for me, okay? So y'all, I did want to talk about a few things, but I'll just sprinkle it in. I ain't talked to y'all in a minute, but I saw Swole made a TikTok last night, and everything he said was facts. He said people talk about the fitness industry being oversaturated, but it only seems oversaturated because you haven't broken past, basically the bottom tier. He ain't say that specifically, I don't think, but you basically are still at the certain level that everybody else is at, and so you think it's too many people. But once you break through to your own specific lane, you'll see that it's not oversaturated at all. And I think we miss that so much because starting is usually the easiest part. Like, I know sometimes we say, and it's true, that starting is hard, because starting is hard, but when it comes to the process of follow through, the follow through is actually the hardest thing. Like, what do you do when you start something and it doesn't pop off immediately? Like, what do you do if you start something and it's a good product but nobody is feeling you? And yes, there's an audience for everything, for real, but sometimes your people literally just have not found you. So what do you do in the meantime while you are doing what you feel like you need to do? Most of the time, the answer is quit. Most of the time, people quit. A lot of people who I know, and they've said, I'm going to start YouTube, I'm going to do this, that, and the third. I'm not going to say they quit. They are not consistent. Like, we don't get videos on a consistent basis. There's no monthly video, and I'm talking to y'all because I'm tired of y'all foolery. There's no monthly video, there's no bi-weekly videos, there's no weekly videos, there's no I fell off for a month, I'm coming back next month and getting back on my consistency with it. It's just, I tried for 2 videos and it didn't run me 100,000 views, so therefore I quit. And that's really basically what Swole was saying. That's what I took from it anyway. Y'all could have took something else from it. The world is full of starters. Like, no follow-throughers, no finishers. The world is full of starters because the beginning, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? You out there, you exercising, you running. Talking about me. The beginning is the easiest part. Making the decision to start sometimes takes a while and it's hard, but starting is easy. It's when you get a little bit down the path that it get hard. You start facing trials and tribulations. You got to figure out how you're going to continue to maintain this level and to actually push through to the finish line. It takes a lot. Like, it takes so much. And I think when it comes to content, people won't. You hear the people online talk about, oh, I got this camera, this camera, this camera. I have said off rip, I'm not putting all this money into no equipment, and I haven't showed myself to be consistent in this area, because it's easy to be excited about something in the beginning. Put some time in and get to the point where it's not working out the way that you thought it would. Now what you doing? Because then you can quit. Okay? For me, you buy a camera, you buy all these different lenses, you pay for all this editing equipment, and 6 to 8 months later, you're just wasting money. And the average person doesn't have that money to waste. But I think that's what it is. I think people assume everything is easy. And I've been talking for a few minutes, but I feel like this is important. People will see people like Swole, who is not even a huge fitness influencer. Like, speaking relatively, he's not the biggest fitness influencer. Like, there are plenty of people, you may not know them because they aren't your demographic and maybe you only see certain people, but there are plenty of people who don't know Swole. And as consistent as he is, that's wild. Because how do you not know him? He has a great physique, and he always posts. He's trying to give y'all game. Like, he's in your face selling you something. They don't know him because that ain't who they're looking for. And so it's like, you see people like him and y'all feel like he did it so easy. He started out doing this, that, and the third. And stop looking at people's business and feeling like what they doing is easy. It's so easy to look at somebody else and like judge them and say, well, nah, I just feel like this was easy for them. And you know what? What if it was easy? So what? Something you've done has been way easier for you than it was for somebody else. That doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't have to complete it and go through whatever trial is there for them to break through. Like, come on now. But sometimes you judge people and you say, oh, this is easy for them and it's not easy for me. And if I was in their shoes, I would be behaving this way. And this ain't even about Swole no more. But a lot of people look at people who have some level of influence and say, if I was here, I would do it this way. If I was there, I would do it this way. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. Because what are you doing with what you have? Like, I can't stand when people just look at other people and just nitpick and nitpick and nitpick. But that's because of how I was raised. I was raised to mind my business and worry about the problems I have myself. Not saying I don't judge people. We all, are working on it. But if I feel like me consuming your content is making me judge what you have going on, I'm going to unfollow you and not consume your content. Because it's free to unfollow just like it's free to follow. You don't have to pay a fee to get them folks up out your face. And if I look and I say I would do this better, maybe I would, okay? But I, in my personal journey, in my spiritual journey, know that is not something. I should not be looking at somebody else's life and say, this is how I would do it if this, that, and the third. I got my own life that I need to be focused on. I think that's what a lot of people be missing. Christianity misses a lot of accountability. There's a lot in the New Testament about examining yourself and being more focused on what you have going on than what other people have going on. And I think that's where the teaching is dropping the ball in the church these days, because it's so much judgment from supposed Christian people. Everybody looking at everybody else and their grandma. You looking at this demographic of people and saying, oh, they doing this that they ain't got the business doing. Do people know you a Christian? by how you talk to people. Like, not because you went online and said Jesus came to save us from sin, but because in the way you talk to people, we can tell that you're different from other people. If people can't talk to you and hear Jesus, if people can't spend a day with you and know, you know what, that person different than most people I know, then are you being the Christian you're supposed to be? Because you know by your fruit. You know by your actions. How do you live? And I am once again not saying for y'all to use that to judge somebody else. Judge yourself, okay? Don't even worry about Z, okay? I got this on lock. I promise you. Me and the Holy Spirit stay examining what I got going on. And we're working on it. It's a lot of stuff that y'all don't know that I do or that I don't do. Like, it's a lot of stuff, okay? But it's very important to focus on your own journey. And I know I started off with starting and following through. And that's, follow through. Y'all should do that. But also, if you claim to be this person, people shouldn't just hear it based off the simple statement. It should be based off your action. I ain't gave y'all a good preaching session lately, okay? Y'all know my daddy a preacher, and that's what we do. But y'all needed one today, obviously. But that's gonna wrap it for this video. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. These videos are coming out later because I just have had so much stuff going on. And we're in the gym. I'm trying to get my eating right. We are 3 weeks out. Today is September 27th. So tomorrow would be officially 3 weeks out from regionals. And I'm feeling confident. And I need my body to get itself together. So that when it's time to step on the platform, I can put my numbers out that my body is capable of hitting. Okay. But yeah, until next time, I appreciate y'all for tuning in.